And welcome to episode number 78. Today is the 7th of July in 2018. I'm Ryan R. Fox, and I'm filling in for Fuzzy this week as he works on some personal stuff, and we welcome him back here shortly. Today on the Beyond Bitcoin Hangout, and the Bitshares Hangout, we have just a couple of guests here going to step up and talk to us today. First, we'll go through the weekly state of the network report, and then we'll hear from Christopher, who's got a little surprise for us, and then we'll open it up to the community and see if we just can have some general, hey, how you doing? Any surprises? Anybody else wants to step up? So with that. Give me just a moment and let me read through the state of the network report. So the state of the Bitshares State of the Network report. Bitshares has taken the Blocktivity pole position this week with a current activity showing 4.6 million operations within a 24-hour period, and the record was set earlier this week of 4.8 million operations in 24 hours. Currently, the Bitshares mainnet is processing approximately 54 transactions per second and is not even breaking sweat. Comparatively, that's about 10 times more than Ethereum and approximately 20 times more than Bitcoin. Pretty impressive numbers, I'd have to say. Next up, we've got Dr. Stefan Schlebel and Dr. Fabian Shu of Blockchain Projects will be speaking at Bitfest Amsterdam. Everybody should go to bitfest.in and you can get your tickets there for the upcoming conference in Amsterdam during the week of 21 to 22 September. Look forward to seeing both of those speakers there. I'll be there as well as a number of people from the core team and other members within the Bitshares ecosystem and Graphene ecosystem more broadly. Again, that's Bitfest at the end of September in Amsterdam, bitfest.in in your web browser. The Bitshares web wallet, GUI, the graphical user interface, has been updated this week. Now the version is 2.0.18.0629. So when you go to the reference wallet at bitshares.org, that is what software will be running there. Everybody else is encouraged to go to their GitHub repository, which is github.com/bitshares/bitsharesui/releases. User SteamDrive has announced a billboard campaign in Manchester this week with Steem, EOS, and Bitshares being displayed as, quote, the future of blockchains, end quote. And there is a link there to their Steemit article as well. Pretty neat to see those three icons up there on a big billboard in Manchester. User FlameGirl has introduced her 7,000 followers to Bitshares with a French translation of the Bitshares State of the Network report. We thank her for that. And users Stan and Fuzzy have done an interview this week with user Connie on Blue Rock Radio to talk about Bitshares, EOS, Steem, and how they all fit together. It's a pretty interesting show, so I encourage everybody to go and get a listen to that. One last thing that I'll make an announcement here on as well is that the Bitshares core software will receive an update. The software is already available today, and there's a trigger date of 19th July at 1400 UTC. This is a protocol upgrade release, and the software is available today at github.com/bitshares/bitshares-ui/releases. This is a mandatory upgrade. Everybody running a validation node is encouraged to upgrade their software at this time to be ready for that trigger date, which once again is 19 July at 1400 UTC. All right, that takes care of the Bitshares State of the Network report. Thanks very much for bringing that to us every week. We really appreciate learning what's going on in our ecosystem. So next up, I wanted to welcome Christoph Herren from Pager to step up, and he's got a surprise for us. So Christopher, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Well, welcome. Take it away. Thanks.
Thank you, folks, for the good summary of what happened last week. Today, I would like to give another update, and I would like to go back a little bit in time, especially into 16 and 17, because back then we were already talking about a new Bitshares website and how that could look like, and how a redesign of Bitshares.org was a big topic back then. And I would like to give an update for everybody, because I think that everybody saw the news already, that I finished that task and I created a new website for the Bitshares community, which is a fan-based website. So it means it's not the official website for Bitshares, for the Bitshares blockchain, but it is a community-based website. And I would like to share the news today. I would like to give some, get some feedback from your side. What do you think about the website? What you would like to add? What kind of information we should add to that website about Bitshares? A lot of different platforms or websites where we talk about what is Bitshares, but it's not really all at one spot. Let me just pass you the link. So the website is called Bitshares Hopio. And when you go to that website, basically, you will see a redesign of describing what is the Bitshares blockchain, how you can use it, and what kind of products and services you could build on top of it. The goal for that website is to, on the one side, make the platform, the blockchain, interesting for businesses, also for banks, financial services, but also for entrepreneurs, so that they can discover the potential of the Bitshares website. On the other side, we have a subsection where we're going to talk yes, the core token. I'm also describing the different governance system. What is DPoS? What kind of different parties do we have in DPoS? What does it mean to vote? What kind of impact is it has? There's a lot of different things. And if you guys remember from the last radio shows we did beginning of 2017, in the Bitshares Hangout, we always had a little introduction that I did back then where we talk about discover Bitshares, discover a new feature or a function of a feature that you probably didn't know. For example, that your voting power is different. If you vote for a committee member or for a worker or for a witness, all of these three different things you can vote for has a different voting power. Such as that, there's a lot of different details that I think most people are not aware of, because Bitshares is really like a treasury trove of features, of cool things that just needs to be uncovered. A website feedback from you, from your side, is can we improve that website, how we can make it excited, so we add. One of the things that use cases I describe right now, 4 different companies, projects that are building on top of Bitshares, and I would like to add more, because there are so many different projects out there that we are just not aware of why they use it, how they use it, and why they choose to select the Bitshares blockchain. I think BitSpark is probably one of the best examples for that, right? Point to the Bitshares blockchain, because they just get so much more out of Bitshares. And to get these stories there and share these with the global developer community, I think that is something that is very important. And I hope that this website gives a new phase for the Bitshares blockchain, where people can just discover this, this amazing platform. Any questions?
Well, great, Christoph. This looks outstanding. I really appreciate the effort that you and your team have put together to bring this here. Tell us why you chose to do it. How long you've been working on it. Just give us a little bit more background about how it came to be.
Well, as I mentioned, I think I'm working for this website almost 2 years already, because it took us a lot of time to get the right wording, and then we got delayed with different things. But on the one side, of course, the design, it took us like 2 to 3 months to get the design ready. But most of all, especially over Christmas, I was working every day with the different texting people to really shape the right wording. of this website. Because if you really dive into BitShares and if you read all the different materials and codes and the old blogs from Daniel Larimer, you can really see this platform is so difficult to grasp. And to bring it in the right wording, this is what really took months to describe. And I'm very happy that next to the English version, I also got the whole website translated into Mandarin Chinese. I get that side up within the next 2 weeks, so that we're also going to have that for the Chinese community available. And then I have to look forward for other languages as well. So this should be really a website where people can discover the BitShares website. Why did I build it? I think the first reason is because I always was a little bit disappointed about the BitShares.org website because it was so outdated, and it was not really appealing. When I gave presentations about BitShares for many different conferences, I always had the feeling that BitShares lacked an easy portal to just understand what it is. We have this really long descriptions of all the core features about BitShares, and they are also on this website on the technology part. But if you compare it with other websites, like you look at the Ethereum website or you look at the Dash website, etc., you get a very quick grasp of what the blockchain is doing and why is it so amazing. For the BitShares blockchain, that was missing. It was too technical. It was too far away. For blockchain experienced people who already know what a blockchain technology is, what is mining, what are the consensus arguments, what are the differences, even they didn't got BitShares, and that was really frustrating. And that's why I built this website with a real target to make it more accessible, make that platform more accessible. And at the bottom, the footer links to the Telegram channels, to the help channel, to the wiki. That's going to reworked, I think, by the foundation. We're going to have a new documentation coming up and so on. So I will link forward to all of these new materials. And I think here I got already some good feedback from IntelliJ and so on. I think that's a good feedback. Thank you for that. I will look forward what I can add as well, and how we can maybe crowdsource this.
Good. Yeah, I wanted to ask a little bit about that. In fact, you touched on the work that you've done with the Bitshares Foundation. I know that there is a disclaimer down there at the bottom talking about the official website being at Bitshares.Foundation. But how have you then interacted with them to bring this content? You did note that there is an initiative supported by the Bitshares Foundation in order to do a different documentation site. How do you see this working together in conjunction? Of course, here BitShares is fully decentralized, so there is no authority on this. We all get together and work on this in a collaborative environment. But certainly, you, as you said, we want to drive them to relevant and good information. So tell us a little bit about your work with the Bitshares Blockchain Foundation.
That's a good question. Clear that there are different portals where you can learn about BitShares. And my roadmap was that before I'm going to launch this website, I reached out to the foundation, I talked to the people, and I showed them the content, the website, the text. And I got a very clear answer back, especially because they were in the process of getting the legal attorney letter to the American SEC and so on. So they gave me good feedback, and I was very thankful for them. And one of the big feedbacks I got was, you shouldn't call. So basically, there is no BitShares from a legal perspective. Yeah? BitShares itself is not really a legal term. So when we talk about the BitShares platform, then we have two things. We have the BitShares blockchain, which describes the network, the blockchain, and then we have the BTS, the BTS core token. And these are the two different things that we have. So what I did after the talk with the foundation, I changed all of the text on the website and made it very when a platform, then it's blockchain. When I talk about the token, then it's BTS. About BitShares, what the token is the network, is it the blockchain? It's not specific enough, and that was great feedback from the foundation, and I made it very clear that this is not the official website. This is a community-based project, and the the BitShares network is from the foundation. And of course, we are also going to see what's going to happen with BitShares.org. I think that is an open discussion. But on the other side, I see it also, since we are a decentralized community, I think everybody has the option to create his own fan page about BitShares, but it should be also declared as that. So if somebody's coming up with BitShares.info and is announcing it as an official website, I think then we have a problem as a community. But if you all agree that BitShares is decentralized, there are a lot of different teams working on top of BitShares. There's a lot of different, not really representatives, but elected committee members who have different roles in the BitShares ecosystem. And everybody has his own agenda. Yeah? But I think that, yeah, it's an open platform. So.
Good, thanks, Christoph. I had one additional question then about how do you expect the community to make contributions or make suggestions so that the content can be modified?
Well, the first thing is, yeah, just reach out to me, Chris4210, at Telegram, at the BitsharesTalk Forum, also here, Discord. That's going to be the easiest way to reach out to me. Just back, I'm also going to be hanging out in the Hangouts, etc., approachable, and I'm looking forward to the feedback. And yeah, just let me know what you think. What maybe I made a little error mistake, or I just need to update some stuff. There's one funny thing I would like to add, because I think for many people the speed of BitShares is just still very hard to grasp. So if you go to the footer under technologies and about scalability, we did from the last stress test in 2000, I think it was 17, we did the stress test for BitShares, where we reached a peak of 64,000 operations per second. So that was a really remarkable event and moment in time of BitShares, and it's proven. I mean, we videotaped that back then, and we had more than 3,300 transactions per second. And that is just not a marketing statement. It really happened. So I think it's good to have that video as a proof online on the website. So if you want to make a point, yeah, just show them the video and let them see it, that we really have that speed and that capacity.
Yeah, that's outstanding, Christoph. We really appreciate you bringing this to us. Again, the website is bitshareshub.io. Hope that everybody can get there, check it out, get Christoph the feedback that he's looking for, and we really appreciate bringing this content to the community. So thanks very much. We're gonna take some Q&A stuff in the after party with you. So stick around. All right?
Yeah, I'm gonna be here.
All right, well, Fuzzy has joined us, so I wonder if you can come to the mic, Fuzzy, and join back in here. He's typing, so maybe he doesn't quite have his headset back on. But I just wanted to look back out there and see if there's anything else on our docket here that we're going to talk about today. So while I look for that feedback in the chat window here, I'll let you know. So, of course, I am the coordinator for the BitShares core team, and I was here last week talking about what we were doing. I'm going to be here next week with some prepared remarks to talk about what we've done so far in the first half of 2016, in the first half of 2018, and also give an accounting of what we've done so far, and then talk about budgeting for the balance of the calendar year 2018, what we're working on for that. So stick around for next week. I'll have a bunch of numbers, so sharpen your pencils and you can hear it. Of course, I'll post it online as well so that everybody can read through it. That's what we got coming up next week. All right. I don't think that we have anything left on our docket, so I think we'll wrap up the show here early. Thanks everybody for joining. Of course, we do this every week at the same time, so look forward to seeing everybody back here next week. Thanks very much.